Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Along the Narrow Road. I am Crystal. I am a mom of 5 children and a wife of 10 years. Today I want to take you through our Charlotte Mason inspired individual curriculums for my 9-year-old daughter and my 6-year-old son. So this is going to be a showing of the curriculum and a review for our 2021-2022 individual curriculums. Let's get started. So for my 9-year-old daughter for math, we are using Math for a Living Education, and she is halfway done with level 5. And I already have, because it was gifted to me from my sister, the level 6 book and the teacher guide. Now I am still debating, considering changing the curriculum to something else. I don't know if it's that I am just bored or I just want her to do something else, but she seems to like these curriculums. And the honest truth is that I was praying that Simply Charlotte Mason's math curriculum would come out for her level. Unfortunately, it hasn't come out. I love Math for a Living Education. It's great. It's short, simple lessons. It's right to the point. It cuts out a bunch of those extra steps that a lot of other math programs like to add in, and I like that. So we do 2 different things for language arts, and I'm going to explain why at the end, but at first I'm going to explain to you what it is that we use. So first thing that we use is Spelling Wisdom. Okay, so this is Spelling Wisdom book 1 from Simply Charlotte Mason, and for the beginning of the year we only used Spelling Wisdom, but I knew that they had Using Language Well, which is this book. Okay, so I went ahead and probably in the middle of our school year I purchased this one. So you can use Spelling Wisdom on its own, but I recommend that you use it with Using Language Well because it's an entire program. So Spelling Wisdom, okay, is just the writings. So let's see, I'm going to go to lesson 59 because we recently did that one, I remember. Pray, Be Precise, from the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I think I said that right. So it's just a short read. And so what you will have the child do is read this to you, and then you will go ahead and find the same lesson in this book. So lesson 59. Okay, so I'm going to find that here. And then it'll tell the child exactly what to do for the day, the best handwriting. Now you'll see that I don't have her write in this book, and also you'll see that in the back of the book I don't have her write on these parts. And the reason for that is because I have 5 children and I will probably most likely be reusing this with all of them. And so what I simply do is just make copies and I have her write it there, and then I will put it in a folder for her for the next time she has to use it. Now, alongside with this book, this is the teacher guide and answer key. It comes together, and this is a great tool to have right at your table when you are doing your schoolwork. So continue on with lesson 59 since we've already talked about that. It'll tell me what the student should be doing. But what I like is that it tells the parent or whoever is teaching the child, it will tell them, help the student discover and record a guideline about quotation marks, designating the words that were spoken. And then it tells me like little things that I can tell her, like be careful to spell every word correctly with your transcription and use correct capitalization and punctuation. And so it kind of gives good tips and hints for transcription, for dictation, and things of that. It also gives little teaching tips like what the lesson is offering, what opportunity is offering to the student. Like, for example, in lesson 61, this lesson offers an opportunity to introduce a dictionary and demonstrate how to use one. I already did that with Selah, with my daughter, but I might do it again there just to have her practice on our dictionary. Another time here on lesson 63, it'll have a writing point and it'll say something like, when he is narrating from his school books, be careful that you're not asking your student to analyze or dissect his reading at this point. And then it continues on with the point. And so it just gives mindful reminders to the teacher or the parent, whoever is using this book with a child, on little things that they could do, on things that they should hold back on, and things like that. And I think for Charlotte Mason education, that these are good little extra reminders sprinkled all over this book. And so I always keep it at my table as well. I have her handwriting without tears writing journal, and then so here she will go ahead and write her transcription for the day. And so sometimes she'll write it in cursive and sometimes she will write it in print. And so that is one of the things that we use for language arts. It was a long explanation, but the entire lesson takes less than 10 minutes. It's short and it's simple. The longest part of the lesson is her transcription, and she's usually done in 10 minutes, not like 10 minutes the entire lesson. So maybe 5 minutes for me to sit down with her and read it and talk about the different grammar subjects, and then 5 more minutes for her to transcribe what she read. Now, along with that, we are using the McGuffey's Level 2 Reader. We are using the free version online. You can get them online. You can get them on Amazon if you want the copy. I will eventually get the set of the copies, but for now, I'm just using the free one online, and I've been happy and fine using it. My kids like it too, so it's fine. So along with that, I used the Level 2. Here it's called the Lesson Book, and it's from momdelights.com. She is a mom of 15 children, and she has really good resources on her website and on her YouTube channel. And so what she created here, which these are actually free on her website as well, but she created the printed book that you can buy on Amazon, and you can use these alongside your McGuffey's readers. So it'll tell you how to use the book, or how you could use the book. And this isn't a workbook, okay? So what this is, you read your McGuffey's lesson, one lesson a week, and you slowly work through the words, copy work, and dictation with your child. One thing a week. That's how I use it. I guess you can get creative with how you want to use it. That's how I use it personally. So I will have my daughter read the one lesson and the words on the McGuffey's reader. Then I will write all the words down here. She will copy them here. We will pick some of them for her to use for spelling words. Then the next day, she will work on her spelling words, and she will do her copy work. Sometimes she will do her copy work in cursive, like in this one, which she did beautiful. I'm so proud of her cursive. It's gorgeous. And then sometimes there's like a little added extra sentence portion here. I will sometimes just dictate random things to her, like, I like to grow plants. We went fishing. I rode a fast horse. Daniel enjoys his strawberry jelly. And then she'll just write those for me. Daniel's her brother, the 6-year-old. And then for dictation, this one, we had to go over a few things here. So I will just dictate to her from that week's lesson, and she will write it here. And then we will just go over it very quickly right after the dictation and go over it and correct whatever is wrong. Now, these lessons for the McGuffey's readers takes maybe 5-10 minutes as well, maybe not even. a day. And so we do the Spelling Wisdom and Using Language Well books from Simply Charlotte Mason. The previous ones I showed, we do those 2 to 3 times a week. We do the McGuffey's different portions of the lesson every single day. And so we're not reading a new lesson every day. We're just working through the same lesson, through the spelling, through the copy work, through the dictation. Then I'll add a few extra sentences in there if we have time. And I think this one has like the little doodle parts too. If your child wants, they can doodle on. So the reason that my daughter is doing 2 curriculums for language arts, because of course we can, with both of these, do grammar and do spelling and do writing. She chose to do both. So I had her try out both and she enjoyed both, and she rather just continue on. And she says it's extra practice and that she likes it and she enjoys it, and more power to her if she wants to do that, because it's extra practice, and I am totally fine and happy with that. The only thing is that I don't use the Spelling Wisdom, the Simply Charlotte Mason one, for our actual spelling words. Of course, she's learning how to spell because she's reading it and she's transcribing these things. So we use it just for that. And for spelling words that I will pick some and go over, we use the McGuffey's readers. So that is why she's using 2 different language arts programs, but they're very gentle and they're very simple, and they both take very little bit of time. For the Simply Charlotte Mason one, we do that 1 a day most of the time. And then for the McGuffey's, we take that 1 lesson and we spread it out through the whole entire week. So she chose to read the entire series of The Secret of the Hidden Scrolls by M.J. Thomas, and she is currently on book 8, which is Miracles by the Sea. And so I'm going to share with you this sweet collection of books just because we've enjoyed these so much. So she'll read them and then she narrates to me. Every time she's done reading, she will narrate to me the chapter or whatever she read for that day. So this is the little stash. I'm actually missing book 6 from here. Not sure why, but probably stayed in our closet up there. But so I'm gonna go through these with you. So they have The Secret of the Hidden Scrolls, the beginning, Race to the Ark, The Giant Escape, Journey to Jericho, The Shepherd's Stone, number 6. I have no idea which one that is. I forgot to bring it over here. And then The King is Born, and Miracles by the Sea, which is the one she's reading now. And then The Final Scroll is the next one she'll read probably next week. And then she's done with this series, and I'm so proud of her. This is the first series that she's completed the entire thing. And she loves this series. I love that she's finished it. But a sweet little thing here is that the author actually autographed this for us. So he put, "Let the adventure begin, M.J. Thomas." And I thought that was so sweet. When I saw that, when we bought this off his website, I was just geeking out about it. Now, these are great. They are scripturally sound. And the reason I say that now, and I said that in my other video about some other books, is because you need to weed out a bunch of them mumbo jumbo Christian literature out there these days that has nothing to do with what the Bible or the scripture says. These are legit. Like, they talk about when they talk about God, they say his real, like the real name for him, Yahweh. I know there's different pronunciations, but they use Yahweh. They don't sugarcoat Satan and his evil. And it's a children's book. It's about 2 siblings who go in to stay with their Uncle Solomon, who is actually an archaeologist, and he lives in this huge mansion surrounded by archaeological artifacts. and they hear a lion roar, and they have to run into the room, and they go back into the biblical times, and they have to solve the secret of the hidden scroll, or they will be left there at that period in time forever. So it's an adventure. It teaches about the Bible. It's scripturally sound, and it just paints a really nice picture of the stories in the Old and the New Testament that the children read about in their Bible. So it's very neat. I highly recommend these. So the last thing I want to show you here for my 9-year-old daughter for her individual studies is her cursive. And we use Handwriting Without Tears Cursive Success. These books are so affordable. They're super cheap and they're amazing. And my daughter's cursive is gorgeous. Okay, so that's it for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, so for my 6-year-old son, we are going to start over here with his math. So for him, we are doing Math for a Living Education level 1. He did level K last year very slowly, very gently. He didn't even finish the book, but he did have some foundation before he started this book. I don't know that it's really needed. I absolutely don't think so, but he wanted to do math, so I allowed him to. He's almost done with the book. He's right at the end of the book, and I have here the level 2 book, and the reason I have it was because when I started homeschooling in 2019, I bought my daughter the level 2 book, but it proved way too easy for her after the first few lessons, and we decided to jump over to level 3, and it was a perfect fit for her. So I do have level 2. The same thing goes with this. I am thinking about having all 3 of my boys doing Simply Charlotte Mason's mathematics curriculum. So that's it for math for my 6-year-old. For language arts with him, it's pretty simple. We use the McGuffey's primer, and we kind of follow along exactly what his sister is doing. He has the lesson 1 book from Mom's Delight. I bought this one on Amazon, and I like these because as they move on through the levels, it changes to accommodate the growing child. So here you'll see it's much more suited for a younger child, right? The lines are bigger and there's more space for doodling and things of that nature. So with him, we will do 1 lesson a week. We will read over the lesson. He reads his words to me. Since then, I will write at the top the words that he's going to do for the day. He'll do this on the 2nd day of our lessons. He will write them for me. Very simple, less than 5 minutes. Then the 3rd day, which is usually on the Wednesdays, he will do copy work. Then he will do his dictation. The man has a hat. And I will dictate to him and he will write it. We'll fix whatever we need to fix. Like there, it was just the T wasn't capitalized. And that is basically it. We aren't doing any like form or grammar or anything like that right now. I am using with him from The Good and the Beautiful. We had these phonics cards, and so maybe 2 times a week I will go over. Another thing we are using from The Good and the Beautiful is this level K reader. The Good and the Beautiful's curriculum is pretty advanced, so I'm fine with him just reading this, and he's reading well above his reading level anyway, so it's fine. But he's at the end of the book already. This is where he is, and these stories are nice and engaging and he loves them. They have all these beautiful vintage pictures, which I love. And so along with this, I just get him other readers at the library. I go maybe every 2 weeks and we'll just get like Bernstein Bear readers or things about cars or little things like that. Sometimes I get some that are a little bit more challenging. Most of the times I get ones that are right at his level that he can read to me, and he loves that, he enjoys it, and he's reading excellent. And so I'm very proud of his reading this year. It's come along beautifully. So the last thing I want to show you for my 6-year-old is his Handwriting Without Tears, Letters and Numbers for Me. So he is doing great. Also, he's almost at the end of this book. We've been working on this book actually since he was in kinder, which is really cute. So he's here now, and we've been working on it since he was in kinder with just learning his little letters and how to write them. So cute. So most likely going to go ahead and start him on a very gentle cursive program, just because I know he can. He has the motor skills already to start that, and we love cursive in our home, and it's one of the things that I want to teach all my children. So we will most likely start, a cursive program. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for following along with me and listening to my review on these good curriculums. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.